I don't think that Luca is saying that the issue is hands-off or taboo to discuss. What James has done is extremely unwise, and his detailed report of what he discovered should not have been posted here, but reported to the police. James's actions have a lot of similarities with those of some pedophile hunters. Predators may be identified, but if sensitive material is posted online, then it could possibly risk police investigations and/or result in predators evading justice. The hunters make all kinds of accusations against this couple, calling them nonces and pedos, act in an aggressive manner, cause a huge drama in a busy public place, and then post the video online. When the police eventually turn up, they see what appears to be two vulnerable people being harassed by an angry mob and effectively rescue them. I don't see what else they could have done under the circumstances. I can imagine that a good defense lawyer would use this video as evidence of entrapment and claim that, with the video going public, it would deny the alleged perpetrators a fair trial. This is so depressing, as, if the couple in the video have done what the hunters claim they have done, they are extremely dangerous and present a significant risk to children. I am especially interested in the area of couples and female offenders, and this is an area that is not well understood or widely reported. One thing this site is usually very good at is demonstrating proper boundaries around sensitive issues. I think that this is not one of the blog's best days. One thing I would be very interested to understand, though, is how AI could be used in the battle against online grooming and exploitation. I have spent years researching certain types of criminals, and I would never dream of doing what James has done. I did once search adult porn sites for specific content linked to my research, and by accident encountered horrifying images of child sexual abuse. I reported it immediately to the Internet Watch Foundation, and it put me off ever searching porn sites again. I felt extremely traumatized by the experience and had intrusive flashbacks of material I had seen for months afterwards. Also, a word to the wise. Many of the criminal networks and cults I research exploit their followers in the sex industry, including in video chats and pornography websites. These networks own multiple porn websites. What many people do not understand is that if they visit a porn website, even one that does not claim to have illegal material in it and demonstrates compliance with various regulations, read the age of performers, etc., they may be compromising their online safety and privacy and leaving themselves vulnerable to sextortion. Malware can be installed on a computer relatively easily, and anyone masturbating to porn could find themselves one day messaged with a link to a video of them masturbating, usually accompanied with threats, blackmail, and extortion. The cult-owned websites I know of have been the subject of complaints on consumer/scam alert websites for unauthorized payments. If you can imagine websites where vulnerable adults are pimped out and trafficked, and where money is stolen from subscribers' credit cards, I think it is to be expected that these sites will also be involved in data harvesting, the acquisition of compromat, sextortion, and blackmail. Just another point, but as anyone who has studied psychology in any depth will understand, a person's sexual preferences and choices, as demonstrated in their online porn consumption, can provide insights into that person's unconscious motivations and desires. This is valuable information for criminals. Just as supermarkets use loyalty cards to develop profiles of consumers, websites collect data to be used to target people with advertisements for products and services. Do not imagine for one moment that porn websites do not do this also. Data harvesting is big business, and porn in one way that extremely personal data can be harvested. I recently watched the excellent film Ex Machina, in which the issue of AI is central. A young man is recruited by an AI entrepreneur to test a humanoid robot that was created to resemble the young man's porn consumption profile. While we have less to fear from humanoid robots in the immediate future, posters and allies here should be wary of honey traps, male and female, who perfectly fit their physical, emotional, and intellectual ideals. When people who seem to be the one appear from nowhere, we should be alert. I think that the police are struggling against an ocean of predators, blackmailers, and criminals who monetize the pain and misery of children and also of naive adults. One of the most horrifying aspects of this is the mental health problems and suicides that result from sextortion and online blackmail. We are facing an epidemic of suicides of young men in the UK, and I strongly suspect that one of the reasons is online sextortion, bullying and blackmail. There is so much work to do in this respect, and any creative thinking should be welcomed and encouraged, but not if it involves. James, if you think that AI can help the police, then I would encourage you to write a proposal outlining your ideas. Share them here if you want to, just don't even think about subjecting yourself to further illegal and traumatizing material.
I very much take your point about whether this material belongs on this blog, sh. It was a judgment call, and I stand by my decision, as I think that while no one ought to subject themselves to what SV has, and the police must be notified of his findings, this is information which anyone in a child safeguarding role needs to have. Most adults are unaware of what happens online until it's too late, and I think it's important to know what's out there. However, I hear you about the importance of boundaries and staying on the right side of them. As you know, this isn't the sort of thing we normally publish here, but it certainly opened up some very interesting conversation. Smiley face. I think you've raised a lot of really interesting material which needs addressing on multiple levels. People need to be aware that their online activities are not as private as they think, and need to understand that online, everything is monetized in some way or another. Even this blog, which charges nothing to use and yields nothing to those who contribute to it, makes ad money for the primary domain holder, WordPress. Going online in any way creates risk, as you say, malware, data harvesting, legal or illegal, predation, and the like are all out there. It's a minefield, and we need to think, and teach our children to think, in terms of self-defense.
In my opinion, things like this have to be discussed. Unless people are aware of it, it will never be addressed. The CEOP and the legal authorities of many nations are aware of it, but there is inertia and lack of direction.
Your intentions are good, SV, but I would urge you to work with the police, i.e. be paid or work in official vetted volunteer capacity if you can develop AI. Much safer for you. You don't want the nightmare of being accused of something.
I'm glad that you've posted this, you see. It has opened up a very informative discussion. I hope SV does keep himself safe, and I think his idea has validity and is worth exploration. All of the comments have been IMO, informative, and may also get others discussing it, with less discomfort, I hope. I've posted this before, but when I heard these videos from Jessica Eaton and realized that it needed to be addressed, the shocking videos that had been made and sold to most local authorities and have since been stopped. I'll share again here. It matters a lot that this nearly happened, and I really did suspect that abusers in business had made them, and they would certainly be the kind of videos that someone like Belinda would use her influence to promote, as would, say, Baloney, who did have the ear of MPs, along with some other charlatans who've proven to be seriously dodgy.
In my profession, we're advised not to do anything that could potentially be misinterpreted, such as being alone with pupils after school, giving them lifts, befriending them on social media and so on. And I would think that engaging with kids in chat rooms would come under that category, even if one's motives are completely honorable.